So-called adult entertainment could scarcely exist if there weren't a steady supply of people who were abused as children and who were skilled at shutting down their inner wisdom, their sensitivity, their goodness, so that other people could use them for so-called pleasure. Many people will argue with me here and say that working in a strip bar is just self-expression or empowerment or just a job. But it's one of many ways that manipulative people, or those they have manipulated, like to normalize an obviously demoralizing and harmful way of treating people. If it is so empowering as people say, then why is it that 90% of the women who are involved in sex work have been sexually abused as children? I'm sorry, but the connection is obvious. Something is shattered during early abuse that can send their whole lives on a terrible trajectory. Researchers have noted that a third of women who do this type of work, including stripping, have dissociative identity disorder. More than half of them have borderline personality disorder, and 60% of them have had at least one major depressive episode. That doesn't sound like something that's working in their lives to me. And yes, there were underlying problems before, but the healing doesn't come when sex work is the solution. It isn't just driven by trauma. It's a bonfire of new trauma, and there's abuse and vulnerability to assault and exploitation that continue to happen. And it can do mortal damage to a person's ability to have close and committed relationships, the kind that it takes to be happy in life, to be secure, to be able to raise kids in a way that the kids turn out safe and okay and not traumatized.
Good afternoon. It's almost evening. So I just want to jump on really quickly and make this quick video, because the other video that I posted to Instagram, I can tell you right now, many of you are not even going to see it. It's not even going to hit my algorithm. It's not going to hit your algorithm, because the truth is, they don't want you to see that video. They don't want you to know the truth. So I'm going to make this quick live. I'm going to post this to my YouTube channel where I know people are going to see it, where I know people are actually going to see it and watch it. And perhaps I will... I'll tie in that other video I'll edit it in so that you can see the video that I posted to Instagram, and then you're going to see this video of me talking about it. So sex work is not just work. And it's mind-boggling that I even have to say this. It's mind-boggling that I have to even make this video, and that there will be men and women, left-leaning liberals, feminist women who will want to fight me in the comments and fight me, here on Instagram or YouTube or wherever you see this, that, oh, Anita, that's so prudish. That's so, oh, that figures. If you're more conservative, if you're Christian, if you're some sort of religious holy roller, that you would say that. Okay, so y'all already know how I feel about pornography. You already know. Okay? And guess what? None of this has to do with religion. None of this has to do with being the moral police. It has to do with good old-fashioned science. It has to do with results. It has to do with statistics. It has to do with facts. So let's look at some of the facts, okay, about sex workers, right? Things that I've been saying to you forever. But what has really got a bee in my bonnet is that you have so-called feminists who are promoting this. So I'm confused. I thought feminism was all about doing what's good and right for women. Right? Am I right? Is feminism supposed to support doing what's good and right for women? Because encouraging women to go out here and utilize their body in a sexual way to make money, how is that good? Sure, you're making money. Okay. But a lot of y'all are encouraging women to go out here and sleep around for free. That's somehow empowering. That's somehow making you feel all good inside. And that's somehow, sex positive, going out here and sleeping with strangers for free You're not making any money. You're just doing it for the sake of feeling empowered, which I don't know how that works. You're putting yourself at risk for sexual diseases. You're putting yourself at risk for getting pregnant by a stranger and then having to have an abortion. I don't know what's so empowering about that. But now sex work is just, oh my gosh, it's so empowering. Oh my gosh, I've never felt so free as to go out here and objectify myself, put myself in harm's way. If I'm doing it live and in person, like in a strip club or being an escort, right? I'm putting myself in harm's way. Or even if I'm doing it digitally online, even if I'm doing OnlyFans. Let's look at some statistics. In the US, 68% of people who sell sex report symptoms of depression. And in one study, 71% of female commercial sex workers reported depression. 71%. Anxiety. In the US, 55% of people who sell sex report symptoms of anxiety. And 8% of female commercial sex workers report generalized anxiety disorder. PTSD. People who sell sex have higher rates of PTSD than the general population, with almost 1/3 of participants reporting symptoms consistent with a PTSD diagnosis. Okay? Social stigma, discrimination, physical violence, mistreatment by authorities and others, substance abuse. Okay? So let's talk about some mental health disorders, right? Dissociative identity disorder, because, I'm a licensed therapist. So let's talk about that. Dissociative identity disorder. 30% of women affected who are sex workers. I would say it's much higher because you have to be out of your body and out of your mind to even do this consistently. Substance abuse. 70% of women who sell sex have a substance abuse disorder. Self-destructive behaviors, disorders like borderline personality, right? Those are your self-destructive behaviors. Okay. 40% of women who sell sex. Depression. 65% of women who sell sex suffer from depression. Let's look. Let's scroll down. Let's see what else can happen. Sexually transmitted infections, sexual assault, sex traffickers, all kinds of injuries, physical injuries like rectal prolapse and vaginal injuries. These are the things that can happen when you are a sex worker. Okay, let's see. Eating disorders, other psychiatric disorders like depression, anxiety, eating disorders, substance abuse, suicidal ideation. Okay? And can I say this? So, even if you consume this material, I want you to hear me. I want you to understand that if you consume OnlyFans, if you buy from OnlyFans girls, if you consume pornography, what are you doing? You are supporting the traumatization of another person. Because let's be honest, about 90% of women who are in sex work have some sort of childhood trauma. So, that makes them ripe and ready to be taken advantage of, ripe and ready to be porn stars, to be OnlyFans girls, to be escorts, to be strippers. Like, did you really think that women who grew up in loving, nurturing, two-parent homes with strong masculine fathers and sweet feminine mothers that grew up with some sort of values or morals, you think those people go into sex work? When you are participating in this type of, let's call it what it is, abuse, when you're participating in watching porn, when you're participating in buying OnlyFans material, if you have ever paid a woman for a happy ending at a Chinese massage parlor, or if you have ever gotten an escort, or if you have ever flew somebody out and, paid them to have sex with them, I need you to understand something. Healthy, normal, emotionally secure, securely attached women do not objectify themselves. They do not sell their bodies to strangers. Okay? So, is something wrong with her? And you, my friend, if you are paying for sex, if you are paying OnlyFans, if you are watching pornography, you are the problem. You are complicit in the abuse, in the traumatization of that woman. So I make it very clear on my platform how I feel about this. It is one of the many subjects that I am extremely passionate about. But I needed to come on here because I've gotten into too many debates recently, whether it's feminist, left-leaning women, or men who are consuming pornography, men who are consuming OnlyFans and think it's perfectly fine, and women who have OnlyFans. Oh, well, I guess I'm objectifying myself. I guess I'm doing this to myself. Baby, that's not a flex. That's not a flex. That's your trauma talking. It literally breaks my heart to talk to these type of women, to know that somewhere in their childhood, somewhere in their young adulthood, they were neglected. They were abused. Something ain't right. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Let's see. Let's look at some of these. Let's look at some of these statistics. Because, maybe I'm in my feelings, right? Maybe I'm in my feelings. Maybe, y'all are saying, Anita, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just rambling on. Okay. Let's come down. Constant sense of danger and extreme distrust of others. Let's see. What's the percentage of that? I'm going to move my camera over here. Okay. Because this is studies. Like, this is just studies. Low self-esteem. They say 70% of female sex workers suffer from low self-esteem. I'd say it's probably 95%. Okay, but the constant sense of danger and extreme distrust of others, that we're looking at 50%. Okay? Anxiety. 55% of female sex workers suffer from anxiety. Hypervigilance and paranoia. 45%. Addiction to money, sex, and emotions. 50%. Somatization, physical pain with no apparent medical cause, 35% of sex workers that are female. Difficulties forming emotional bonds, 50% of female sex workers. Social isolation, 60%. Cognitive impairment, 25%. Eating disorders, 35%. Sleep disorders, 50% of female sex workers suffer from sleep disorders. Depersonalization and derealization. This is the persistent feelings of being outside of one's body or that the surroundings are not real. 20% of female sex workers suffer from this. Okay. They swear they're exuding confidence, she said. Yeah. So y'all know how I feel about this. Like I said, this is one of those topics that I speak out about quite a bit because something has to change. Something has to change. And I get questions all the time from young women, from women, closer to my age. Well, what can we do? What can we do? Some of these things you need to understand that only God is going to cure. And I know pornography is one of them. This world is so sick. It is so debased. It is so degenerate. It is so wicked. Pornography, that's Jesus' problem. Jesus is going to solve that problem. Because humans, the way humans are designed, because we are fallen, we're not giving that up. Men aren't giving that up. There's some women aren't giving that up. That Jezebel spirit, they're not going to give that up. That's a Jesus problem. That's a Jesus solution. But what I would like to see more people do, because I know everybody's not going to do it, but I do my part. I want you to do your part. Speak out. These things have to be brought into the light. Speak out. Stop consuming it. Stop saying, and then here's the biggest one of all. You ready? The biggest one of all is your ambivalence about it. Well, if they like it, I love it. I mean, that's their business. Why, I ain't got nothing to say about it. That's what, no. That's the reason why we're in this predicament that we're in. We have too many people who are ambivalent. It's what we call lukewarm in the Christian community. You lukewarm. You willing to allow sin and the traumatization of other human beings to continue because, if they like it, I love it. I mean, that's none of my business. That's, I ain't got nothing to say about that. Why are we speaking on other people's lives? You're the problem. You're the problem. The fact that you can sit by and allow traumatized men and women to continue to make this filth, to continue to do this to themselves, like that's how good the devil is. That's how good the devil is. He will get you to take yourself out. So let's get this straight. So the women on OnlyFans, they've now decided that, I don't need a pimp. I don't need to go out into the street. I don't need to be a runaway girl. I can do this to myself. And that somehow makes it better. That's sick. That's sick. So now you're traumatizing yourself and that somehow makes it better. That somehow makes you be able to sleep at night. That don't make no sense. So many ex-porn stars have committed suicide. Precisely. These consumers don't know about those stats. Yeah. And while you in there handling your business, and I really want you to remember that you are complicit in the traumatization of a human being. You are complicit in reaffirming a child's abuse and neglect. That's what you're doing. I can't do it. I can't even get pleasure out of knowing that another human being is being traumatized. Another human being is being hurt. Another human being is being objectified. And I can't. I absolutely can't. So please remember this. This type of thing has to end. I know that, like I said, I don't think it's possible. I don't think man is capable of ending this. I think this is a God problem. This is a Jesus problem. So, but I want you to do what little you can do, what little you can do, which is do not consume it and speak out about it. Speak against it. Do not be lukewarm about this issue. She says, that sounds like the baby boomer generation that has passed to their kids with the ambivalent talk. Yeah. They're not my problem. What that got to do with me? If they like it, I love it. And, why are we speaking about somebody else's choices? Why are we judging? That's the one that just gets me. Why are we judging other people? It's not, nobody is judging anybody. But I would be half past crazy if I'm going to sit there and watch a woman traumatize herself, watch her hurt herself and sit by and let that happen. We don't let people climb to the top of bridges and stand on the edge of a bridge and just jump off. Right? We don't allow that. Why do we call the police? Why does the police show up? Why does the fire department show up? Why do they have a team of people that are trained to work with people who are suicidal? Because according to y'all ambivalent people, what that got to do with me? If he want to do it, go ahead and let him. If he like it, I love it. So we just let people jump off of buildings and let people jump off of bridges now? We try to save human life. That's what we're on. That's our humanity. We really have to check ourselves. We are losing our humanity. And that's a problem. I'm not going to stand by and let it happen. Not on my watch. Not on my platform. If I see another woman and she come to me and, I got OnlyFans, I'm going to do my best to talk some sense into her. Because she is damaging herself. I'm not going to stand by and let it happen. Not on my watch. That's how passionate I am about this very subject. Sex work is not work. It is not legitimate work. It is damaging to your emotions and your psyche work. And in my opinion, it ain't even work. So No. It's when we lose our humanity. It's when we become ambivalent to the degeneracy and the destruction of human beings. That's a problem. Oh, well, they doing it. What's the big deal? Oh, if they like it, I love it. That's the problem. So it is not the blatant traumatizing of people. It is not the blatant, suicidal ideation. It's the people who are literally standing by and allowing it to happen. That I have a problem with that. All right, I got to go, y'all. I'm headed out to dinner. What's so sick is many young ones that has little to no morals for the sake of self-gratification. Yeah, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I never ever understood how watching others have intercourse is not absolutely disgusting. But it's a part of our base nature. How is that a turn on? It's a part of our base nature. It really is. And it is a sickness. It's a wickedness. And then, can I go here? So the men who are obsessed with it, make it make sense that you're watching another naked man. You're watching another man's Johnson. You're watching another man's member. And so what are you doing? Are you putting yourself in the place of that man? Because you're not having sex with that woman, but you're watching another man. You're watching his member. Like, make that make sense to me. So I'm even confused about men's obsession with it when a part of the obsession is you watching another naked man. You sure you hetero? Because you watching another naked man. And he touching his member and he, that's all I'm saying. Like, that to me is weird. This is definitely a God problem because the worst part is that these porn stars make an absolute killing doing it. Please save this. There's too much gospel in this. I will. Thank you. Yeah, it's a sickness. It's a sickness. But like I said, man's not going to solve this problem because they're too debased. They're too degenerate. They're too deep in this sin. And like I said, the fact that everything has been sexualized. You can't go anywhere or do anything or see any ad or any television or anything. Like, y'all, I just finished the last season of Bridgerton. Why did one of the Bridgerton boys, he came upon this widow. They start having this sexual relationship. Why they got to turn it into now is threesome. Oh, there's this male friend I have, and he likes to, be with men and women. And maybe if you would consider doing, and now they done took the poor Bridgerton boy and just turned him out. I'm sitting there like, now I got to give up watching Bridgerton. Nothing is sacred. Bridgerton ain't never been no G-rated show anyway from the first season. But now they selling the threesome. That, be with him, be with me, and we going to have this threesome. And then look, girlfriend got her little feelings hurt when she tried to have a one-on-one relationship with dude. And he was like, no, I'm not interested in that. I just want to be free. I just want to do whatever with whoever and however and whenever. She got her little feelings hurt. See, that's what you get for trying to turn him out. I'm having feelings for you. I want it to just be us. Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm buck wild. Yeah, thank you. You done turned me out. I'm completely buck wild now. Don't nobody want no regular relationship with you. Signs of the end times, the believers need to come together, fast, pray, and be set apart. Agreed. And this is what it makes me so angry. You got Christians saying this. You got people who claim to love God, claim to know Jesus, and they watching pornography. They're paying for OnlyFans. Or, you mean, what they got to do with me? Oh, if they like it, I love it. Just completely lukewarm. It's a sickness. It's a sickness. And I had a friend wonder why I watch old TV shows. They give me comfort. I watch my 80s and 90s comedy shows. Well, Martin is my favorite show. That's the best show of all time. I love myself some Martin. But yeah, I can't watch no Bridgerton. They got the Bridgerton. They done turned him out. They didn't made him go every which way but loose. So I'm like, I can't even. Exactly. I couldn't understand why they ruined it with them scenes. Yeah. But let them tell it. I'm a prude. I'm not, sexually positive. No, let me tell you what sex positive is. Sex positive is getting you a man, getting you a woman, getting them to come together, getting them to get married and turning each other out, just them, right? Just them. That's sex positive. Them teaching each other what they actually enjoy. Just the two of them. The marital bed is undefiled, but y'all want to do everything with everybody all the time, for free, for pay, whatever. It's insane. But the statistics do not lie, y'all. The statistics do not lie. These people who are sex workers, their mental health is not good. Their emotional health is not good. They are damaged people. And if you are watching it, you are, in essence, further damaging these people. You are complicit in traumatizing these people. So a big part of this is we have got to, we've got to starve it, right? If there was no need for it or want for it or desire for it, if we just did not consume this, if we did not pay for it or consume it, what would happen? Where would it go? But like I said, I'm going to be honest, man is flawed, right? Ever since the fall, man is full of sin. And he's, in his wickedness, in his sinfulness, he's going to want to consume this. And so it's not going to end until Jesus say so, until Jesus put an end to it. So he said everybody's bosom's on fire. Yeah, that Bridgerton, man, they cracked me up. So like I said, but I just had to come on here. Somebody got me in my feelings, and I just had to come on here and make this live. I'm getting ready to head out to dinner. I hope you all have a great, great evening. If you, one of the things that you can do, you can go over to a website called fightthenewdrug.org that has all the information you need about pornography. It is not a religious organization. It is not, it is a science-based, full of statistics organization. It's also going to give you a lot of resources on how to give up pornography, how to lay all this stuff down, how to get clean. Like, that's the new addiction. That's why they call it fightthenewdrug.org. That's the new addiction, is pornography and OnlyFans and all this stuff. Like, go there, get informed, give if you can, because it's a wonderful organization. It's an organization that I support. And just do your part. Speak out about this stuff. We have to talk about this stuff. We have to bring it into the light. We have to bring shame back. Like, no, that's not cool. That's not good. I'm not going to sit here and, no. Destruction of the nuclear family is the objective. Exactly. And it's already begun. So 10 years from now, I can make some wild predictions. 10 years from now, I'll still be here. I'll still be around. But I'm just going to be shaking my head in sadness. So have a good rest of your evening. Thank you so much for being a part of my platform. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you all. 25% off of one-on-one coaching this month for the month of August. Click the link in my bio or the link down below in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I thank you so much. Have a great evening. And as always, stay open to love.
If you are in a relationship right now, let me turn you on to the Ritual app. You are going to schedule your one-on-one session live with your clinician every week. I happen to be one of them. And in preparation for these sessions, you and your partner every single week, you're going to look at your video content that is curated for you and your partner. And you're going to learn the relationship skills that you need to really keep your relationship running smoothly and to keep both of you strong and emotionally healthy. And you're going to meet with your clinician afterwards. You're going to take the assessment. You're going to do your journal prompts and take the assessment so your clinician can find out how you're doing and how things are going in your relationship and the areas that you may need to get stronger in. But Ritual is an absolutely amazing app. It's going to help keep your relationship on track. It's going to give you that curated time with your partner every week to work on your relationship. And so I want you to check out the link at the bottom of this video and click on it, and you will get 20% off of the Ritual app. You also have the opportunity to message your clinician in between sessions. So you can also do that. But it is an absolutely amazing tool, a great modern day tool for couples to keep their relationship strong and healthy. So check out the Ritual app today, and don't forget to use my link to get 20% off of your first month of Ritual. And if you'd like to work with me, please let them know you're interested in working with Anita Stoudmire.